deadline day, and United are silent. United have been silent. We are going to go through all the news. United have been silent, but not so much. The silence has been with regards to the first team, but there are a couple of outgoings, especially in the academy. We are going to go through that, as well as we are going to go through the Fulham game. Big win, 3 consecutive wins under Michael Carrick. United are in the top 4. We are going to have a review of that game just to check out what went on. Why did United bottle a 2-0 lead? All the drama at the end. Yeah, so get involved as usual. This is Simon Insky or Simon. Welcome to the UKG podcast. Get involved in the comment section below and hit that subscribe button. We are at 662 subscribers, guys. 662. We want to get to 1,000. We want to get to 1,000 subscribers. Also at TikTok, we want to hit 10,000 followers. So make sure you also hit the follow button. So how are we feeling about that game? How has your Monday been? Mine was a bit tricky. Decided to take the day off just to get some rest. I had a very long weekend as well as a long week, so I just decided to stay at home, play a couple of video games as well as watch a couple of movies. Yeah, so I'm happy United in the top 4. Considering that Chelsea and Liverpool won, considering those two teams won, we needed to win. We needed to win. And it's good for Michael Carrick because the positivity is back. The players are playing good football, scoring goals. It's good to see Cunha being on form. Unfortunately, Mbumo did not have a good game. And I'm also happy. That Sheshko actually came on and scored the winner. That's a very big moment for the young striker, considering that he hasn't played much under Michael Carrick. He's been coming on as a substitute, and him coming on in that game when United needed the win, he actually turned up. Nice play by Bruno. Bruno, the football IQ is top notch. It's world class. Bruno is Bruno. Bruno will produce a moment of brilliance, like the dummy to get past Basi and then just have that one-time cross to Sheshko. Sheshko with the control. That's a striker's goal. That goal by Sheshko is a striker's goal because he pulled the defenders in, he stepped back, got the ball, turned, top bins, 3-2, 3-2, 3-2. So, yeah, I'm happy for Carrick. I'm happy that he's getting 3 wins in a row. It took Amorim a very long time to get 3 wins in a row. If we are honest, not if we are honest, it's a fact. It's not about being honest. It's a fact. It took Amorim a very long time to get 3 wins in a row. And finally, Carrick has done it in his first 3 games back as interim head coach. It's a good win rate. He has won all 3 games. And next now we play Ali Kiko versus Tottenham. Pressure is on. United can make it to top 4 if they continue with consistency. But now today being deadline day, I'm a bit worried. Because looking at the team, it's a bit lean. To be honest, it's a bit lean, especially in the midfield area. I've posted a poll on YouTube. Make sure you go and check out that poll. In case United don't go to the top 4, into the transfer market, it has I think 1 hour to go now. Are you confident of top 4? Are you confident of Europa League, Conference League, or is it mid-table? Because when we look at the table, I'm going to share the table shortly. United are in top 4, yes, but Chelsea and Liverpool are pushing. Chelsea and Liverpool are pushing to get there. And United only have now 14 games to play. They have 14 games to play. So, yeah, for every game now, it should be like a cup final. Arsenal fans said that game at the Emirates was a cup final, and it should be. Every game should be a cup final. It should be treated like a cup final because all the 3 points matter. United are in that position where they need to get 3 points every week. If not, make sure at least they are getting 1 point. But looking at that table, looking at that table, United do need to get 3 points. Push every week for a win. Push every other week for a win. Um, let's see. I want to set this up to share the table so that we can have a look. Oh, where is the table? There you go. So looking at this table, if we have a look at this table, we see that United are fourth. Of course, played 24 games, 14 games to go. 14 games to go. With 11 wins, 8 draws, and 5 losses. The goal difference of +8 and 41 points on the table. Considering that City dropped points, Aston Villa dropped points, United might have a chance actually to get to second place. Being very optimistic here, being very, very optimistic. If United continue on a winning run, let's say United go on a 12 out of 14, or let's say 11 out of 14, or even win all 14 games, who knows? Who knows what can happen? Considering that United are only playing one game a week, and there are times when United won't play, I think, for 2 weeks. I think it's between March and April. United have 3 games. Is it in 5 weeks or 4 weeks, something like that? Because the international break is coming back. There are FA Cup games that will be played, and United are not in the FA Cup. So if we look at that situation, and considering Villa are dropping points like so, because right now Villa are third with 46 points, United are fourth with 41. But as I said, we have to be careful with Chelsea and Liverpool, because if you look at Chelsea and Liverpool, they do have 40 points. Chelsea, Liverpool have 39 points. So which means if United make a mistake and Chelsea, Liverpool win, then United might drop all the way to sixth place. So yes, every game for United, every Premier League game should be a cup final. There is no room for mistakes. There is no room for mistakes. Yesterday, I was fuming. And guys thought that I was fuming because United won. No. I was not fuming because United won. No. I was fuming because we were leading. United were leading 2-0 comfortably. And then 5 minutes, the last 5 minutes of the game, we let that lead slip, or United let that lead slip. That gave me PTSD. I had PTSD because United, most of the time when they are leading, recently, we've seen in recent history, when United are leading, they tend to lose the points from winning positions. It was good mentality. Honestly, it was good mentality to keep fighting. At least the game was 9 minutes, although it ended up being 11 added minutes, and United got the winner. But in such kind of a situation, Carrick, the United squad need to be very careful. If they go 2-0 up, they need to kill off the game. They need to kill off the game, as well as control matches, control games. Not always playing on the counter, not always playing transitional football. In certain games, if we look at these fixtures here, looking at these fixtures, the upcoming fixtures, United play Tottenham in early kickoffs. Historically, early kickoffs, United don't usually perform well. Let's hope they do, because Tottenham, if you watch that game versus City, Tottenham are lethal going forward, and United can't afford those silly mistakes they make, especially being out of position, loss of concentration, like we saw for Fulham's first game. Dalot was nowhere to be seen. Jimenez was there free roaming, and Maguire had to run back, scramble, have a very nasty tackle. So you look at those fixtures there. You look at United, they're playing Tottenham at home at Old Trafford. Then they go away to West Ham, then Everton, 2 away games. And you see the difference there. The difference is 1 home game, 2 away matches. United, we know, have not had a good time with away matches. So let's hope that with Carrick, they can go there with full confidence The team looks like they are fully confident right now. They feel like they can beat any team in the world. Let's hope that they go there and actually get the 3 points. You look at match first, they host Crystal Palace, and then they go away to Newcastle. Then there is Aston Villa, and then there is Bournemouth. So you look at these fixtures are winnable. Tottenham are struggling. Tottenham are struggling. They are struggling. They are 14th. And yesterday they had to get a point or at least win because they are struggling. Tottenham are struggling. Let me bring back the main screen. Tottenham are struggling. They are 14th on the table. United need to beat them. It needs to serve as a revenge. I'm still hurting from that Europa League loss. It's a game we shouldn't have lost. Who knows? Probably United being in the Champions League will have solved a lot of problems when it comes to transfer activity. We are going to discuss about transfers next. We are going to talk about transfers next. So I was among the bandwagon that would said probably not being in Europe is a blessing in disguise, but I'm wrong. I was wrong. I am very wrong, 100% wrong. Actually, missing out on Europe has hurt United more than I thought. I thought that finally, at least, United could go into the transfer market regardless of whether there is Europe or not. And Amorim has less pressure to implement his philosophies, his formation, his style of play. But it ended up being detrimental to United because now United early on kicked out of Carabao Cup, early on kicked out of FA Cup, and now United are among the teams that are playing the fewest games in Europe, 14 games only. So that's the reason why also United are looking for friendlies in Saudi Arabia and elsewhere to also get the team to play. So I'm happy for Carrick. I'm happy that the team is playing well. The team is winning 3 points. It's 3 points. And as I said, don't get me wrong for getting furious yesterday, for getting mad. No, it's just that my expectations are when United are leading 2-0, you don't let that lead slip because you look at that Premier League table with Chelsea and Liverpool pushing hard to get into top 4. We can't afford to get such kind of pressure. We can't afford to be in that situation where now we are wondering what's going on. United need to be in a situation where they lead 1-0, they lead 2-0. They keep pushing for 4-0, 5-0. I would rather United would be like 3-0 up, then it goes to 3-2. That's fine. But looking at a draw from a comfortable position, that's where I was furious. It's not that I was angry that United didn't win. No, United won. No. Anyone saying, I've seen a couple of comments online saying that I wanted United to lose. No, I didn't want United to lose. I wanted United to win and win comfortably and win with a clean sheet. But from 2-0 up to 2-2, that gave me PTSD. Honestly, I was like, no, not this again. Not this again. And it has happened this season. It has happened with Nottingham, with Tottenham, with Bournemouth. It has happened. So I was like, nah, I don't want this. I don't want this. So, yes, Carrick, happy for him. I hope he continues with his good work. Let's support him. Let's support the team. Of course, expectations will always be high when it comes to United. Personally, I had lowered my expectations for this season, but I'm becoming optimistic. I'm becoming optimistic. Looking at City dropping points, looking at Villa dropping points, looking at the matches ahead. Because if we look at the fixtures, United are yet to play Chelsea, they are yet to play Villa, they are yet to play Liverpool. And if Carrick sets up the team well, as I've said, assume that every Premier League game is a cup final or a knockout game, then it will be easier for United to actually climb up. But as for Arsenal, I still believe and I still think Arsenal will win the league. This is Arsenal's league to lose. As much as I hate Arsenal, they deserve to win that league. They deserve to win this season. They've trusted the process. They've been patient with Arteta. They've made good signings. We may banter them for relying on set pieces. United are second in terms of set piece goals behind Arsenal. And for example, United's first goal versus Fulham was a set piece goal. It was a set piece. So we can't, if we are being neutral, we just banter them. But a goal is a goal, whether it's a header, whether it's a corner, whether it's a free kick. A goal is a goal, whether it's an own goal. A goal is a goal. A goal is a goal. So I hate saying this, but I still believe Arsenal will win it, and they deserve to win it. They deserve to win it. Arsenal right now, the work they've put in towards what they've done, trusting Arteta, providing him support in terms of getting rid of players that are not working hard, that are big egos, getting young players, because that Arsenal team is very young. It's very, very young. There are a few individuals who are over 30 years old. United are also trying to do the same, because you look at the United squad right now. Also, we have some aging players, yes, but you look at the core of the team that Ineos are trying to sign. They are young players. You look at Lenny Yoro, Eden Heaven, Lamens, Ahmad, Dogu. That's a very young core. That's a very young core. Also, Kobe Mainu is young. So if United can go on and get the likes of Elliot Anderson, get Wharton, they are still at a very good age. You look at Sheshko, 23 years old as well. If they can get good players, especially in midfield, yeah, who knows? United might also come back. But now moving on to the next one in terms of transfers. Or before I move on to the transfers, let me read some of the comments here. Let me see whether we have some comments. El Gringo, good to see you. You're saying, good evening, UKG. Hope you had a great day and you are doing well, and glad to see you this evening. Glad to see you too. I had a good day. I was in the comment section. I posted a video on TikTok. I was in the comment section laughing. I'm laughing because guys are rattled. I spoke my mind, and guys are rattled. And unfortunately, many guys or many people online think that I was angry because United won. No. No. That tells you how perception can be in life. You can watch a short clip and then you judge quite easily. If we are honest, you judge quite easily. Yeah, you judge quite easily. I've been called a plastic fan. I've been called all names, all manner of names. So, El Gringo, I had fun. Honestly, I had fun reading some of those comments. Yeah, but I generally had a good day. Wayne, hello to you. How are you doing? It's good to see you as well. Everyone who's watching on Kick, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, karibu sana. Welcome to the stream. So I also want us to discuss about the transfers, because it's deadline day. Not so much happening in terms of United. A couple of shocking transfers in other clubs. I didn't log into the Athletic. I need to log in. So let me change this. Transfer talk. So as you see the ticker below, there are a couple of United players that have left on loan, but most of them are from the academy. It's not loading. So academy players have mostly made moves out of the club, heading towards loan. There are a couple of that have also made permanent transfers, like Joe Hugo. I was expecting to see Joe get some first team football, but unfortunately it didn't work out. I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. Is it weeks ago or last week? I think last week I mentioned and said there's something very strange when it comes to the United Academy. When you watch the under 18s, you watch the under 21s, you see very exciting talents there. You're like, this player needs to get a chance. in the United first team squad. And then some do get chances, like Hannibal Mejri got a chance. We have players who get chances. But in the end, it's like they fade away, or they don't turn up anymore. I don't know what's happening to the United's academy. You look at other clubs' academies, they have exciting academy players. Even when they go to other clubs, they still perform well. Like you look at City's academy, our noisy neighbors, they've been producing very good players. And in fact, when they sell them at, you hear prices like 23 million, 30 million, 15 million. But when United are selling players, they're selling the players at 4 million, 1 million. Sometimes it's, let's say, 1 million with a buyback clause. I don't know what's happening to the United's academy. Some of the players that have been let go, like Joe, I really wanted to see him play. I really wanted to see him excel in the United academy. I really hope we don't lose a player like Harry Amas. Yes, he got an injury. His loan was cancelled, and then he went to Norwich, but he got an injury during training, a long-term injury. So I hope we get to see him, because you look at players like Alvaro Carreras, I don't understand the decision to sell him. Right now, he's one of the best left backs in Spain, if not the world. So the United Academy to me, is strange. It's strange. They have exciting players. When you watch under 18s, under 21s, exciting players. But for some reason, they don't make it to the first team. Some do, very few do. For example, Rashford, Greenwood, Garnacho, Kobe Mainu. They will make it to the first team. But I don't know whether it's fan pressure, it's hyping them up too much. Last week, I made a video response to Chelsea fans about Garnacho. We warned them. We told Chelsea fans, Garnacho is not good. We were watching him week in, week out. When he came from the academy to the first team, he was good. But that hype, I think media pressure, endorsement pressure, for some reason, he fell off. You look at him at Chelsea, he has chances to play, but he's not impressing. Like the game they played over the weekend versus West Ham, he couldn't run, he couldn't control the ball, he couldn't pass, he was falling off. It's like he has short studs or something. And you look at that academy graduate, Garnacho was among the bright academy graduates from Carrington. Fell off, just like that. I think recently the players that have actually succeeded from Carrington playing elsewhere is, for example, Mason Greenwood, we know his story. Angel Gomez, we know his story. Carreras, very few names you can actually mention and say, even if they didn't make it at United for one reason or the other, they've gone to other clubs and succeeded. But you compare to clubs like Chelsea, clubs like City, clubs like Arsenal, you look at the academy players who don't get first team chances, go to another team. Most of them succeed compared to United academy players. So there needs to be something. There needs to be something. I also believe media pressure when it comes to United academy, it's too much. As fans, we also hype academy players. It's good. I'm not saying it's bad to hype a player. No, it's not bad. It's good to hype them. It's good to tell them they are doing well. It's good to show them we are supporting them. They are good. But they also need to learn that hype can fade away just like that. We used to support Garnacho. We used to say he's our best academy graduate. And then all of a sudden, a lot of fans turned on him, myself included. I said, no, he needs to go. You look at another example is Anthony Elanga. Anthony Elanga, when he came from the academy to the first team, he was really good. He was pacey, he was dribbling, he was shooting. I remember that shot he had versus Liverpool. It hit the post. Quite unfortunate for him. But right now, you look at him at Newcastle, it's like he had a purple patch at Forest. Granted, or benefit of the doubt, he was injured at the start of the season. Probably he's finding his feet, he's finding form. But the United Academy, something needs to happen. Something needs to happen. The unfortunate bit about recent history, especially this season, is with the few games being played, the academy players can't really get a lot of game time, can't really get minutes. Because you look at Zakzi, you look at Sheshko, you look at Mason Mount, those are first team players. Mazraoui as well, Len Yoro, Aiden Heaven. Those are first team players that are not getting a lot of game time. So let's see what happens next season because we have a couple of exits. Maguire is leaving, so that means Yoro or Heaven will get chances. We don't know whether Luke Shaw will stay. We don't know whether Bruno will stay. Casemiro is definitely leaving. I'm sure Ugarte and Zaxi will be the first out of the door in terms of sales. So there are chances for academy players to play. I just hope the likes of Kone, Chido get first team chances. But with few games, and I've just mentioned every game for United right now seems like a knockout game or a cup final, then it wouldn't be the best place to bring in academy players. Yeah, so a lot of academy players are getting moves away in terms of permanent transfers or loan moves. But one of the transfers that was scheduled to happen today morning and hasn't happened is this player. Let me share the screen. Let me share the screen. So, Tyrell Malacia, someone who probably has been forgotten for some time. Someone who's been forgotten for some time. Of course, he's had a difficult time at United with injuries. He hasn't also performed well when he got his chances. He was scheduled to go to Turkey. But Jason Wilcox blocked the move. And the move was blocked simply because Dogu is injured. And we are looking at a very, very dangerous situation when it comes to the left back position. Yes, we have Diego Leon. Diego Leon is a young player who was just signed. But is he really ready for Premier League level? He came from much lower league. You can't compare the league he came from. I think it's Paraguay with even the championship or the under 21s. Two different levels. He's physical, yes. I've watched him play a couple of games in the under 21s and he's good. He's really good. He's physical, he's fast, he can control the ball. But the Premier League level, it's tough. It's really, really tough. We saw the Fletcher brothers coming on and they really, really struggled with the physicality, with the pace. So is it ideal to throw in a young talent in such a scenario? As I mentioned, also with a few games in, I don't think so. So this move to block Tyrell Malacia's transfer to Turkey, for me, it's a good move. It's an absolutely good move because right now United don't have options at left back. His contract is expiring at the end of this season, and fine, United can't risk it and say, yeah, we can write off his value of the books and sign another left back next season, or go into the academy and get one of the left backs. Right now, United are in a very, very tricky situation. Very, very tricky situation. Because United are one or two injuries away from having another disaster season. Let's look at the midfield, for example. Ugarte came on versus Fulham. United conceded 2 goals. Ugarte has not been stable. Ugarte seems like a player who needs a run of games so that he has good performances. We saw it recently. In fact, under Fletcher, he played a couple of minutes, a run of minutes, and we saw his performances were improving and improving and improving. But that being said, United are in a situation, or it's also a club where they can't afford to have a player who comes on to improve. They when you go to clubs like United, big clubs, Real Madrid, United, Barcelona, Bayern, name them, they are not looking for developing players. They are looking for players who are already established, who are already masters in their position, and they are going to perform. So you look at Casemiro. What happens if he gets a suspension? What happens if he gets an injury? We are looking at a very, very tricky situation. Very tricky situation. That means you have now to start figuring out, do you play Mazraoui as a CDM? Because Mazraoui is versatile. Mazraoui can play center back, he can play wing back, left back, right back, he can play winger, he can play as a 10. He's versatile. So you are looking at taking someone who's not a specialist as a CDM, because Casemiro is the only good CDM United have. So United are treading very, very, let's say, murky water or thin ice. United are walking on thin ice. You look at the left back situation, Dogu is injured for 10 weeks. The reports came out 10 weeks. So if anything happens to Luke Shaw, you're looking at Tyrell Malacia, who hasn't really played much this season. Or you're looking at Dalot going to left back, Mazraoui coming at right back. So I mentioned in the watch along that we are looking at a situation where now we start negotiating who plays where. Who plays where. Another example is Bruno. If Bruno gets injured or suspended, and you see Bruno's output, since he's gone back to the number 10 position, he has had how many assists now? Is it 5? 5 assists? Something like that. So you look at Bruno, if he gets injured or suspended, United are looking at a very, very tricky situation. So the midfield options we have, you look at Mason Mount, is not really dependable. You can't say that you can depend on Mason Mount to play a full 90 or 3 games consecutively. So I get why United are not going to the transfer market, because probably they want to do a big window over the summer, but it's very, very risky. Very, very risky, if we are honest. Because World Cup is coming in over the summer. United haven't known or locked down the manager they want. In case they do want a manager, they might probably get a manager who's already a national team manager, let's say Tuchel or Nagelsmann. So that means they have to wait until World Cup ends or the team is eliminated from World Cup so that they can start working at United. In terms of also players, they might go for players who are already playing in the World Cup, players who are engaged in the national team. So it means that the agents or the players might say, no, I won't negotiate. And normally we've seen national teams, when someone goes to national team assignment, transfer negotiations are usually not allowed. We've seen a couple of times where agents, they can negotiate on the side, but the player is locked down. They are in the training camp with the national team. They cannot talk about transfers. We've seen some national teams actually take their players' phones so that they shield them from what's going on outside. They want to have the players concentrate on the World Cup. They don't want to have a Baleba kind of situation where the head is turned and the form collapses. So that means that if United want a player who's in a national team playing in the World Cup, they'll have to wait until either that player is eliminated or the World Cup ends. So we are looking at a situation where United might be getting most of their players towards the end of the transfer window. When that happens, players will have very few weeks to get their moves done and to settle into the club. That is if United are successful with the transfers. Other clubs are also going in for more or less similar players. The next window, I predicted, and it's happening, this coming window, it will be all about midfielders. It will all be about midfielders and fullbacks. Those will be the two major players, the two major positions that clubs will be looking for. City will be looking at midfielders. Rodri is aging. Of course, we know how City operate. Once a player starts declining, they don't wait, they sell them. Liverpool also will need a midfielder. We've seen reports of Arsenal going for Tonali late in the window. They also need a midfielder. Manchester United don't need one or two. They need like 3 midfielders. Bayern as well are looking for midfielders. Real Madrid, Barcelona. So we are looking at a situation where United will be competing with a lot of clubs for the same pool of players. So what will United do? They will need to entice them. Part of enticing these players is Champions League. United need to make sure they get into the Champions League. Now, United are in a situation where they can't offer high salaries. So let's get a situation where, for example, Elliot Anderson, City have come in for him. United have gone in for him. Let's say another club like Liverpool. All of them put their contract offers on the table. United are in a situation where they can't really offer crazy salaries like City and Liverpool. They can't. I'm not being pessimistic. I'm just looking at worst case scenarios or a bit of a realistic scenario. So United decided not to sign midfielders in the summer, have decided not to sign a midfielder in January. They want to wait till summer. So they need to have their project well set up and also make sure that Carrick and the squad get to Champions League, because without Champions League, it will be very difficult to sell the project. As well as some players might want to see which manager is coming in. Some players might want to see, oh, which manager are you bringing in? Is it a manager I can work with? Yes or no? For example, Dizabi, we know that Dizabi is a very, very strong character. Some players might say, no, I don't want to work with him. Some players might actually see, oh, United have gone for Tuchel. They've gone for Nagelsmann. That is a coach I would want to play for. Then they say, fine, I'll come. We also have to consider that City are also changing managers. So managers also have a say when it comes to transfers. So United are looking at a situation where they really need to have a very good plan. They need to identify their targets early, the manager early. So by the time it's getting to summer, by the time it's getting to the World Cup, they've already started making negotiations, similar to what we've seen City and Liverpool are doing. They are signing players for next season. United currently are silent. So let me know what you think about that situation. Let me know what you think about that situation, because to me, United are taking a very, very huge risk, because it's being pegged on Champions League. United need players to get the Champions League. The transfer window is shutting down. So United need to treat every league game as a cup game or a knockout game to get the Champions League. In the summer, we will have a lot of clubs going for the same pool of players. And we've seen United strategies to go for Premier League experience. So is it a risk? Are United risking it or not? That's what I want us to discuss in the comment section. Are United risking missing out on top players, or do you think that they have a plan, a good plan to get a good manager, to get players, especially considering that the World Cup is there and things might be delayed, transfers might be delayed, manager negotiations might be delayed? Because right now, with looking at our midfield, United are 1 or 2 injuries or suspensions away from having a very, very tricky moment. Very, very tricky moment. Let me see some of the comments. El Gringo, you are saying, let them say what they want, but you are speaking facts. True. The sad reality, El Gringo, is, as I said, guys will take like a 30-second, 1-minute clip and make conclusions. They'll make conclusions. And what I said in that video, guys online are saying the same thing. Like, we can't keep playing transitional football. We can't. It's not sustainable. It is not. And football has changed. It's all about patterns. It's all about possession. Amorim tried to build United to be a dominant team in terms of, yes, transitional football, but also having control of the game. So there are games where United will have a lot of possession. So what are they going to do with that ball? There are games where United won't have possession. What are they going to do to win that game? So, for example, what I was expecting from United this season is the Cunha sort of goal. These guys are playing deep. Make U runs, make C runs, play through the channels. We can't always depend on set pieces, crosses, because we will meet teams that are very good in crosses. I think Everton was one good example. Everton 1-0 down, 10 men. We couldn't see the team fashion good chances. It was crossing. You look at a team like Barcelona, City, PSG, they play wide, go into deep areas, place a cutback. How many times have we seen a team like City? They are going round the defense and then putting a cutback, and it's an easy tap in. United rarely do that. Like the Cunha goal we saw versus Fulham, United have very few goals, such kind of goals, very few. Very few. Most of the goals we see United score are transitional. Just hit, run. And then, of course, a set piece here and there. But I would want to see United score more of that Cunha goal, more of that Mbumo goal, Sheshko goal. Like that Bruno pass to Sheshko, it's a cutback or it's a low cross. But also, it was a transition. United were on the transition. It was a counter-attack. Fulham were pushing for the win. So El Gringo, yeah, what I say, people might not agree. I don't even expect everyone to agree with what I say. And I also don't agree, most of the time I don't agree with what you guys write on the chat, but it doesn't mean that I'm a plastic fan. No. Exit 16, you're saying, I'm expecting Shalesi to get game time. The boy is good. Yeah, I also hope so. I also hope he gets game time. But looking at 14 games, 14 games. I like what Casey keeps saying. Casey keeps saying, United need to get into a game, score 3, 4, 5 goals. Then now you can start having those academy players playing. For example, versus Fulham, if United were 3-0 up, 4-0 up, you can easily bring in the academy players to rest also the big players, the top names. But right now, United, it's tricky. It's tricky. And yesterday I mentioned, people will start saying it's Ugate's fault that United do consider 2 goals. Now imagine if you bring in Shalesi, that something like that happens, it will be brutal. Our fans sometimes are not forgiving. I've experienced it today. Some players have experienced it. Fans are not forgiving. Yes, they will sing your name, all that, but just you are one mistake away from being butchered online. So I like what Casey said. Win 3-0, 4-0, be like 5, even 5-1 up, then bring in the academy kids. Like the Wolves game will have been a good place to bring in the academy kids. You are 4-0, you are 4-0 up or 4-1 up. Yeah, just give Shalesi and a few players here and there to play. In the Fulham game, if United were like 3-0 up in the 80th minute, bring on Shalesi, bring on Fredrickson, bring on Fletcher, one of the Fletcher twins. Let them enjoy. Let them play some minutes. But it will be very tricky. It will be very tricky exit 16 to give players a chance if United are not comfortable on winning games, or they don't close out games. They don't shut out opponents. As I keep saying, United are one loss of concentration away from throwing the game away. 2-0. Went to 2-2 in just a matter of 6 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah. El Gringo are saying, we are missing good players. Yes, we are. A lot of good players, we are missing them. Then you say, it's high time the Glazers sell the club. Yes, all in all, Glazers out. All in all, Glazers out. United are not delving in the transfer market. And I think simply because there is no money. The way the deal has been set up, I want to open the transfer deadline. I want to open the transfer deadline page. The way United are operating is, what's going on? The Ineos group. What happened? Sorry, guys. So the Ineos group own 27% of the club. They own a minority. They are a minority shareholder. So they have 27, 28% thereabout of the club. They run the football operations. The Glazers own the club. They are the majority shareholders. So when it comes to like this, whatever you see, revenues of 666 million pounds, that is not handled by Ineos. That is handled by the Glazers. What Ineos can only handle is the footballing activity money. So they can only handle, let's say they sell a player like Bruno for 100 million. That's the cash they can actually be able to use. There are situations where when they need to get more money, let's say to handle a transfer, they have to now ring up the Glazers and tell them, hey, we need to take a credit facility, or we need more money to handle this. Yes, we were angry with the Ineos group sacking, laying off employees, but they had to. It's not nice to lose a job. I've been retrenched. I can tell you it's not a nice situation to be in. Waking up in the morning, you're hopeful, you're already set for the day. You go to the office, then you're told go to HR's office. You are told we've given you notice, you're being retrenched. It's not nice. It's not nice. But you look at the club, it was getting to that situation where finances are difficult. So Ineos can only handle football related finances, buying players, selling players, but they can't actually take some of the 666 in revenue and say 300 of it will go to transfers. It has to come now from the Glazers. The Glazers are the one now to say, out of the revenue we've received, take this amount to pay the loan, take this amount to pay the interest, take this amount to give to the football department. So actually, in my view, the Glazers brought in Ineos to increase the value of the club, to make the club more attractive, so that by the time they are selling it, they are getting more money. So they need to leave. They absolutely need to leave. And United getting into the Champions League should not be a reason why United fans are no longer protesting. We should protest whether United are winning or not. For example, if it was written in the football gods, if their books they wrote that Arsenal, Man City, Villa will bottle it and United win all 14 games and win the league, that doesn't mean Glazers out is going to end. No, they need to leave the club. They need to leave the club. I wish I was in the UK. I wish I was there. I could be having the Glazers out banner every other week. Because I've seen a couple of fans say, oh, United have spent 250 million. Why are you protesting? No. 250 million is peanuts. It's peanuts. Right now, United fans are criticizing clubs like City, giving someone a contract of 500k a week. We are supposed to be in that sort of league. We are supposed to be in the league of Liverpool spending 500, 600 million pounds in a transfer window. We are spending 250 and seeing as if it's a lot of money spent. No. Actually, the other day I had a friend of mine telling me, why are you complaining that a player like Elliot Anderson is 100 million? United should not be a club that complains that a player is 100 million, if we are honest. PSG will easily buy a player 100 million. Arsenal have done it. City have done it. Liverpool have done it twice. More than 100 million twice over the summer. So when it comes to United, we are complaining. Why? It's because we are cautious. We are like, ooh, yes, United might spend 100 million and then they tell us they don't have any other money to buy a goalkeeper, to buy a striker. The Glazers need to leave. They need to leave. Regardless of whether United are winning the treble or not, they need to leave. Carrington was renovated the last time in 2013. Then the Ineos group are the ones who've come in and renovated Carrington. I don't think the Glazers have actually been to United recently, in recent years, to watch United play. They haven't. I liked what Kimi said yesterday, prior the game. He said, you might even find that the Glazers didn't even know there was a protest. yesterday. Because these guys, I don't think they have a clue of how the club is running. Old Trafford has rats. It's leaking. Do we really need games? No. Then this notion that if United win trophies, if United continuously win trophies, the debt will go away. No, it won't. United winning cups, United winning trophies, United winning prize money, it won't make the debt go away. The Glazers bought the club in 2005. We are in 2026. They bought the club in 2005. United have been winning trophies since they buy. They've been winning Premier League since they've bought the club, that is. Ferguson was there. He was winning them titles. He was winning them. He won them the Champions League in 08. He won them the Premier League a couple of times. He won the FA Cup, but the debt hasn't reduced. The debt is still the same. The interest keeps growing. The club has been set up to pay interest, to service the loan. Servicing the loan is paying interest, but the loan is still there to a point where it's a 660 million to 700 million pounds loan, but the interest paid is 1.5 billion. So that means United have paid more than double in interests. More than double in interests. So winning football matches will not make the loan go away. No. The other thing is, I've seen a couple of fans put in a hypothetical question like, would you prefer United not to make it to Europe so that there is more pressure on Glazers to sell? Then I asked under the comment section, do you think the Glazers mind United not winning? Mind United not being in the Champions League? No, they don't. They don't. As long as they're getting dividends, as long as the club is generating revenue, they don't really care whether United are in the Champions League or they're in the top four. No. The pressure right now is from Ineos to make to top four so that they can get transfer money. The pressure coming from the Glazers for United to make Europe is so that revenue increases. It's not that United participate or United win the Champions League. No. It's for them to get more revenue because they know part of the sponsorship deals that were signed. For example, United signing a deal with Adidas was pegged on Champions League participation. So when United continuously miss out on Champions League, it means United might end up having, let's say, right now have a retro jersey. They might not have a shirt sponsor, a fraud shirt sponsor. United had TeamViewer. What happened? They had Chevy. What happened? When the club is not participating in top competitions like Champions League, when the club is not continuously pushing for titles, then sponsors are like, you're ruining our name. So that's their worry. Their worry is to lose out on money that comes from good performances, good results. It's not about United winning the league. No. United finished 15th, and the club didn't move like a club that finished 15th, like a team that finished 15th. Liverpool won the league. They spent 500, 600 million. Man City have spent over 600 million pounds in the last 1 year in signings. They sign a player, doesn't work. They signed Ryan Cherki, they've gone for Semenyo. Remember, they have Savinho there. So, where is the ambition? Where is the ambition? I don't think these guys really mind United losing games as long as they are getting dividends every year. No, they are not. They are not. Spurs have already signed an 18-year-old striker. Yes, they have. They have. United is, I think, other than Arsenal, United is the only other club that hasn't delved into the market. Crystal Palace have already gone to the market. Crystal Palace have already signed players. Let's see. I think the transfer window should be, it was supposed to be 7 p.m. GMT. It was supposed to be 7 p.m. GMT. Let's see. Let me read some of the deals that I've gone through. So Svan Ipan, you remember him? He rejected United, the youngster. He has been recalled by Man City from Middlesbrough. James McConnell has been recalled by Liverpool. So let me see whether there is any other significant transfer that has happened. Nothing from Manchester United. They are just exits. They're just exit. Like Ethan Whitley from Manchester United to Bradford on loan. Nothing major is happening for United. Nothing is happening. Nothing. It's all silent. I hope that risk pays off. I hope that risk pays off. Not going into the transfer market, I hope that risk pays off because it's really, really tricky. So Sandro Tonali is not leaving Newcastle despite agents' Arsenal offer. And I saw a weird transfer rumor that Arsenal want Oxlade-Chamberlain back. Found that weird. I found that weird. Yeah, El Gringo was saying 21 years. Yeah. And they were told by Althani to sell him the club, but he refused. We are total jokers. When it comes to United not selling to the Qataris, I think there was that media PR because I believe the Glazers didn't want to sell the club. They didn't want to sell the club in its entirety. They still believe that the value of the club can be increased. That's why they are pushing for the new stadium. So if the new stadium is built, the value can easily rise by 2 to 3 billion pounds. Currently, United are valued at 5.56 billion pounds. So if they build a new stadium, then 100,000 seater they are saying. I'm not sure whether it's still the number. There are debates whether to decrease or thereabout. Then easily the value increases by at least 1 billion pounds. So to me, them not selling to the Qataris is just them saying no. We value this club higher. Probably they valued at 6 billion, and then the Qataris came with, let's say, 4. In fact, let me just do a quick Google here. Qatari Man United bid, because I believe, yeah. So Sheikh Jassim's offer for Manchester United was more than 5 billion pounds, which was believed to be only a bid for 100% of the club. And then the Qataris, they complained about the false statement by Radcliffe and the club that they didn't have money, that they are a fake consortium. So we still need to give pressure to the Glazers. They still need to give pressure. The fans, especially the guys at the UK. The problem we have is, and I understand the fans there, like sacrificing your season ticket, and it's something probably you've had for years. Some have had season tickets even before the Glazers bought the club. It's tough. It's tough. I actually said that they need to consider it, but I had a conversation with a friend of mine who's over there, and he told me it's not as easy as we think. Just saying no, we won't attend matches. If that's the case, then it's everyone to do it, and it's really difficult to get over 70,000 people to agree on not attending a game at Old Trafford. Because we have guys who come from other countries who go to Old Trafford. They pay for flights, they pay for accommodation to go watch one game. So it will be really difficult to ask guys not to attend matches. I said it yesterday. I said it last week in the midweek debate. But having a chat with my friend, I actually saw sense in them saying As much as you guys ask us not to attend matches, it's really difficult. Like there's someone who has had a season ticket for over 20 years, 30 years. They pass it down in their family. You find that like a father passes it down to the kids. The kids have continued with the tradition of getting season tickets. So asking someone to give up their season ticket, it's tough. The only way to achieve is actually asking everyone that a certain game or next season do not renew your ticket. And it's difficult. You will get one or two guys or even a handful, not even a handful, you'll get like 3,000, 4,000, 10,000 people say yes, I want the Glinios group, the Glazers and Ineos group to go, but I will still renew my season ticket. So the only way to put pressure on these guys is to just continuously putting pressure on sponsors. Show sponsors that there is no value in sponsoring this club. But wishing that United don't go to Europe so that the Glazers are forced out, I think that's a wrong mentality to have. How is that different from wanting United to lose so that a coach like Amorim Ten Hag are sacked? How is it different? Even if it's collateral damage, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. I will not want my club to fail because I don't like someone. No. That's why yesterday or even today reading the comments, I was like, how can I be mad if you when United, not if, how can I be mad when United wins matches? How can I be mad? How can I be mad? So El Gringo is saying I saw the project has been said to have failed. The stadium project. I thought the Manchester municipality say that it's still on. Let me just check this quickly. I saw the other day saying that the regeneration project has been backed by the government and the municipality. Let's see, regeneration. Because I think also the club made an announcement regarding it. I also saw that Colette, what's her name? Colette who? Colette was also named the CEO of that project. Yeah, this was posted on 24th of January. Let me have a look. Manchester United appear to have taken the next step in their Old Trafford regeneration plan. In 2025, Jim Radcliffe announced a bold initiative to build an ambitious new 100,000-seater stadium on the site of the current ground. So it seems that the project is still going on, El Gringo. So on Friday, and this article was posted on 24th of January this year. So on Friday, United announced the official launch of the Old Trafford Regeneration Mayoral Development Corporation, that is OTRMDC. Yeah, because I saw this article being posted, and I saw also on MUTV they had a piece on it. So the Red Devils describe this as a major milestone in their bid to build a world-class home. The OTR MDC will be the driving force behind the transformation of the 370-acre Old Trafford area. It will provide 15,000 new homes and create 90,000 jobs, and is expected to add more than £7 billion per year to the UK economy. So I think it's still going on. Yeah, it's still going on. El Gringo, it's still going on. Still going on. Yeah. So thanks, guys, for being live with me. Make sure you also check out our channel, YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Let me see the poll. Let me have a look at the poll. I posted something on the poll. Let me have a look. YouTube Premium, forcing guys to pay, not to have ads. Let's see the poll. Oh, are you telling me the poll didn't go live? That's strange. Okay. I can't see the poll on the app. But anyway, thanks guys for being live. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, same time at 8 p.m. And let's hope that United keep winning. I'm happy. I'm happy that United in the top four. There is pressure there. Every game is a cup final. Every game is a knockout stage. United need to keep winning. We can't afford to make mistakes where United are leading 2-2 and then the 2-0 and then it ends up being 2-2. We have to depend on a late winner. Yeah, limbs, yeah, celebrations, all that. But at the end of the day, when you're leading 2-0, you can't afford to let that lead slip. So yeah, make sure you go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, TikTok, make sure you hit the like, make sure you share the stream. See you and bye-bye.